Good day, my friends. Welcome to Tom's Tinkering and Adventures, and this is day number 9 of our epic Alaska road trip. So if you watched the video from yesterday, day 8, we rode through the rain 480 miles, and it was pretty crappy. We ended up staying at a hotel because I think both of us were probably close to hypothermia, honestly. As soon as we stopped, we were shivering uncontrollably, and we made it on sheer willpower. Fortunately, we found a room because the place was pretty booked up. Then got all cleaned up, took about 3 or 4 hot showers, tried to dry all of our stuff out. There was things scattered all throughout the room. It was pretty wild. So we enjoyed that immensely and ended up sticking around until about 10 o'clock this morning. We didn't get on the road till 10:30. So we started kind of late, and we talked to a really nice couple who had just been down the same road that we were headed up, and the weather forecast actually looked pretty good. It looked like everything was moving the opposite direction. So we took off, and on one of the ladies' advice, we stopped and got this really nice cinnamon roll and coffee at this cool little place. That was at about 50 or 60 miles in. Then we just kept going and kept riding in the rain. We'd catch a few minutes of clear sky, but just enough to feel like we were gonna enjoy ourselves, and then it hit again. And that went on for about 250 to 300 miles, I would say, and we ended up with about the last 100 miles of today without any rain. So we ended up finally outrunning the storm. It was about 700, 800 miles of rain and ugliness, but we made it. All right, I'm gonna go to my interactive map here. Oh yeah, there you go. Disregard my foot. All right, we started this morning at Fort Nelson, and it's pretty easy once you're up here. There's really only one road, so staying on 97. We were about 30 miles out of town, and I saw a really cool little red fox on the side of the road. We continued on up here to Summit Lake, Toad River. It was there I met excuse me. I met a guy who had his motorcycle in the back of a U-Haul van, and it was pretty tore up. And he had tried to ride it up to Prudhoe Bay, and it had been raining, and he got caught in the mud, totaled out his bike. He's bringing her back to somewhere in Alberta, Red Deer or something. Along the road here, there was a bison on the road. That was pretty neat. I think there was a little bit past up here by the hot springs. There were bison on the side of the road, and then we also saw a bear on the side of the road, a little one, little black bear. Later in the day, we actually crossed into Yukon territory. Very nice. Felt pretty good. That's 3 Canadian territories that we've hit so far. And the road goes up and around and down and up and over. And we were trying to stop right around here. I can't remember. There was a little town. It's not even on this map. Or maybe not even a town. There was supposed to be gas, but the gas station was closed. So we ended up going all the way up to Teslin, which was not our original plan this morning, but we will take it. I don't know what the actual miles for the day is. Let's, well, I'll go look at that in just a second, but we're getting pretty close to the big state here. Look at that, pretty close. All right, let's see what the actual miles grand total is. That's just 18 from gas. All right, grand total traveled from the Mexican border, 3,542.3 miles. I think we have about 800 miles left. About 800 miles left to get to Anchorage. It'll be a little bit less, well, quite a bit less to get to the Alaskan border. I think it's a possibility that if we push it hard tomorrow, we could make the U.S. border. But it just depends. we've been doing pretty good the last couple days riding in the rain and trying to finally get ahead of the rain. It was so nice when we finally got to see blue sky and the sun popped out, and I dropped my visor for the first time in 2 days. It was awesome. And my gloves dried out, my boots are still wet, my suit's pretty much dry, but I think tomorrow's gonna be the day. We're gonna feel pretty good. Ken, you got any input today?
Thank God for sun.
Yeah, we like the sun.
Lack of rain.
And what else? Chinese food.
Yes, Tom's stomach does not like Chinese food.
We stopped for some Chinese food in this little town. What town was that? I can't even remember. I'll have to look, but stopped for Chinese. It was amazing. I had some broccoli beef, and that was pretty damn good. And it was so cold that I said to bring out a plate of fried rice. I had that, and then we made it about 30 miles out of town, and then I was signaling that I needed to use the bathroom. And fortunately, I mean, it was like a sign from above. There was a roadside sign that said rest area 2 kilometers, and hopefully no Royal Canadian Mounted Police are watching this video, but I wicked this thing up pretty damn fast, probably double the speed limit, and had to get all of this gear off, had to peel this suit off, and then I had these heated pants on over my pants, and made it. I made it, ladies and gentlemen. All is good with the world. But here's our campsite for the day. We're camped. Yeah, what time is it, Ken? I think it's almost 11 p.m.
Yes.
It's almost 11 p.m.
No, it's 12:21 p.m.
You're sure? It's 12:21. He says. I guess.
Or 12:21 a.m.
Yeah, it's after midnight. It's after midnight right now, and there's how it looks. Hopefully I'm not making anyone dizzy. I'm making myself dizzy turning this around. And the mosquitoes are coming out pretty thick right now. We just took a road right off of a little dirt road off of the highway. Oops, excuse me, I had to get a mosquito there. Yeah, we took a little dirt road off the highway, saw this little gravel pit area, and set up here for the night. Probably, as long as the weather holds out, there'll be no more hoteling for us. I'm thinking, if things go well, and I want to knock on my skull here, if things go well, we can ride one more day, camp, and then ride it on into Anchorage. So thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks for the likes, thanks for the comments, and thanks for subscribing. And get out there and find your adventure. Adios, my friends.